my speech, the ascension. We got to fight the powers that be. I know already people looking at me like, what is he talking about? Todd, what is this? You got a Black Panther in here? What's going on? I thought this was a conference for us to be professional. Well, let me tell you something. Our conceptualization of sustaining the change and our primary point of commencement is centered around the realization that we are at war. We are at war with terrorism, international and especially domestic. We are at war with our bad and deleterious habits. We are at war with our tastes. We are at war with our doubts. We are at war with our past. We are at war with our weight. We are at war with our negative perceptions about ourselves. We are at war with what we internally think other people think about us. We are at war with everything because we are at war with ourselves. We're at war. You see, your greatest battle in life is against yourself. In order to become what you want to be, you must kill what you used to be. I'm going to say that again. In order to become what you need to be, what you want to be, what you have to be, you have to kill what you used to be, or in some cases, what you are right now. What's the first rule of Fight Club? Well, guess what? We're going to break that rule and we're going to talk about Fight Club. Huh? Because you have to fight. Most of us have been taught to be docile and to accept anything that we're given, to accept any condition, and just to take it. But in life, as Maya Angelou says, you can't just keep accepting or be wearing a catcher's mitt and just catch all the time. Sometimes you got to throw something back. You got to throw it back. Because guess what? As the old folk used to say, excuse my language a little bit, a hurt dog will holler. But sometimes you get hurt and you don't say anything. And you stay mute. Zora Neale Hurston, I believe she said that you know, some people get hurt and they accept it and they think that you like it. I must die daily, right? Sometimes what happens in our lives is that we need to realize that every day we need to make that change. That's how you sustain the change. By recognizing that every day is an opportunity for change. Listen, motivation is like hygiene. You need it every day. Yeah. And sometimes once or twice or 3 times a day. Let me hear you say something. Just like with brushing your teeth and flossing and taking a shower. That's the problem. We don't sustain the change and we don't continue to grow because we're not focused on growth every day. You got to get to that point where you're serious about changing on a daily basis. What happens is we become complacent. I'm good. I'm great. I already know that. The person who thinks they know everything is a person who is a living, dead, walking zombie. Let me tell you that right now. You don't know everything. If you're not consistently growing, then you are done. Either you're progressing or you're digressing. The fight, you have got to fight. You've got to fight. You've got to fight. The next level on our ascension is the crossroad. Now, I know many people, when you think about the crossroad on the journey, you're thinking of death. But let me explain something to you. We've already talked about dying daily. Huh? Choose today to say, in fact, say it with me. I am the best.
I am the best.
I am the best.
I am the best.
I am magnificent.
I am magnificent.
I choose to operate from greatness.
I choose to operate from greatness.
See, See, when you are at that crossroads of understanding that your definition of life and life itself will respond to you based upon how you define yourself. People will take you for what you represent yourself to be. So who are you? When you get to the crossroad, you are now at a fork in the road to choose between whether you're going to be regular or whether you're going to be outstanding. Are you going to be average or are you going to be above average? Are you going to be a loser or are you going to be a champion? I want to be a champion, everybody. I don't want to be mediocre. I don't want to be below average. I don't want to be just somebody that just existed in time. I want to be out the box. Wait a minute, out the box. Who created the box that we got to think outside of the box? I don't want to even be in a box when I'm dead. Yeah. I don't want to be in a box when I'm dead. So right now I'm living a life that's extraordinary, that's sublime. We have to embrace that at the crossroad. It's like they say, when you take that road less traveled, that road less traveled is a road to greatness. Most people don't get there. Nobody's forcing you to be average. That's a life that you choose. So now I want you to see yourself at a crossroad. The crossroad now is I'm no longer going to just continue to live. I don't care how old you are. I don't care how young you are. There's young 6, 7, 8 years old people who are billionaires. What's your excuse? I don't care if you're blind. We got Stevie Wonder with Ray Charles. They see more than you see with your 2 eyes, your 20/20 vision. The crossroad right now, and there's a great writer, Robert Frost, he says, I shall be telling you this with a sigh. Somewhere ages and ages hence, 2 roads diverged in a wood, and I took the one less traveled, and that's made all the difference in the world. When I went to college with Todd and Joey and Carlin, I was always a public speaker, and I felt like when I went to this Christian HBCU called Oakwood University, back then it was called college, everybody said, well, you're a great speaker. You should be a minister. And I said, man, maybe I should, because that's all I knew. That's what we knew. See, let me explain something to you guys. In life, what happens in life is that, the school system creates a certain kind of lane for everyone, right? I believe we're all born creative geniuses, right? But the school system and the system, or the way education is set up, right? It dumbs us down to the point where we get off balance and we're not even following what we should be doing. And hopefully sometime and somewhere in life, you will break away from that realization and you say, you know what? I no longer want to stay on this zombification of an existence and just pursue a paycheck. Your profession sometimes is just a pathway to a paycheck. Huh? And you're not really living because you're not living in your what? Your purpose. When you start to focus on your purpose is a purpose-driven life is towards your passion, and it produces profit. Huh? What kind of existence is that? Huh? I want to create my own path. And guess what? I don't care if you have a bottle of water. If people love that bottle of water, you could be in Timbuktu. They're going to find you where you are, create a pathway to your door, find out, Google you, call you, and your number's not even out there because they recognize the power of your product because you're in what? Your purpose, pursuing your passion. It's not about money, although money is very important. Red Fox said, money doesn't buy you happiness, right? But it makes a great down payment. We need money, and a lot of us have the wrong kind of relationship with money. And we have somebody on the panel that's going to come and talk to us about finances later on, because this is a holistic workshop. Sustained change is going to hit you in places that you never realized that you needed help with. In some areas that you thought that you really needed help with, it's going to provide that for you. So I'm going to save that for some of the other presenters. But there is a manifest destiny, listen to me, with your e-signature on it, with your fingerprint. You occupy, and I'm talking about right now, you occupy a space and time that nobody else can fulfill. Nobody else could do what you are going to do for the world. Nobody. Nobody. Nobody's ever done it. Nobody will do it. If you don't do it, it's not going to get done. So what are you going to do with the opportunity for this time, for this space that you need to occupy? Who are you waiting on? This is your moment to seize, to sustain the change. We can all be positively or negatively influenced by your choices. You as an individual create what is called a domino effect. There are 4 bases of personal power. Number 1, expertise. Number 2, rational persuasion. Number 3, reference. Number 4, coalition. It's so crazy. We have this computer, and a lot of us don't even use it to research. It's crazy how people, I'll be on social media and I'll write something, whatever it is. And somebody asks me, what does that mean? I'm like, I want to say, why don't you just research it? We don't even want to research nowadays. And that's a shame. So at the crossroad, remember that choices at the crossroad have a domino effect. A rock thrown in water creates what? Ripples. It's like a ripple effect. The ripple effect is determined upon an understanding that we're all connected. These connections stretch like an incredible, interwoven, and complicated tapestry. Thoughts and actions are like stones dropped in a pond, and they create ripples that travel outward. That's how important it is your choices are. Next, we get to the bridge. The whole purpose of this journey is for you to get to a point that you are living life and living life more abundantly. Along the pathway towards sustaining the change, you will cross over many bridges. Like a bridge over troubled water. Don't see the bridge as somewhere that you're going to jump off. Don't see the bridge as a highway. The bridge is just a pathway. Okay? The bridge is just a temporary moment. Now, it has been said, don't burn your bridges, right? I'm going to tell you that some bridges need to be blown up. Some bridges need to be burned down so that you don't go back to where you just came from. Some associations, you don't need to have them anymore. It's okay, you can love them from a distance. The universe will open up and conspire with you when you have in your mindset that you're not a chicken, you're an eagle. Chickens stay clucking to the ground. Eagles soar high, and sometimes by themselves. You are not a chicken, you're an eagle, so fly high. Flying means you gotta jump off the cliff. An entrepreneur is somebody that jumps off the cliff and creates an airplane by the time before they get down. You need to fly, and you need to fly high, and that's how you sustain the change. Thank you.